Hi, Temple of Geek. This is Trey Soto here at LA Comic Con 2019. We're here with Jeff Annison, president of Legion M.
Thank you very much for having me on your show.
Awesome. And how are you doing today?
Fantastic. There's no place like Comic Con.
As you know, we have everything going on for a while. We have here at LA Comic Con. So the first question I just want to ask is, what's the industry's reaction to how Legion M is financed in the movies? As you understand, it is done by fans as well, like donations.
Yeah, it's not donation. It's an investment. So we're the world's first fan-owned entertainment company, and what that means is that we produce film and TV shows and virtual reality and that sort of stuff like an entertainment company. The difference is we're the first one that's ever been designed from the ground up to be owned by fans rather than corporate investors. And so the idea behind it is simple: is that if you've got an entertainment company that's literally owned by fans, you've got a huge competitive advantage when your film comes out, because they're going to come see it opening weekend. They're going to bring their family and friends, and they're going to share it on social media. So we started this company about 3 years ago, and your question is a great one, because a lot of people said, well, what is Hollywood going to say to this? And it's been amazing. You know, we've been in business for about 3 years. We did a movie with Anne Hathaway. We did a movie with David Tennant, with Nicolas Cage. Right now we've got a movie coming out next week with Will Smith and Jay Muse. The Jay and Silent Bob reboot is coming out next week. We're an investor in that film. We did a documentary called Memory, the Origin of Alien that came out last week and is available now on demand. So Hollywood has welcomed us with open arms.
It's funny you should say that, because I actually saw the trailer for that a couple of days ago. I'm like, wait, I've heard of this before. So it looked really cool.
You're talking about the Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
The Alien movie. I saw the trailer because I saw the old footage of Flight of the Sky. I'm like, wait, I've seen this before. Like, this is Legion M.
Yeah, well, that's an amazing story. So that film, Memory, the Origins of Alien, we went to Sundance this year and to buy the rights to a movie. And we built this platform called Film Scout that effectively crowdsourced it. When we were going, there were 119 movies that we were considering, and which is really difficult because they're all brand new movies. They've never been seen before. And how do you figure out, even over the course of a couple days, which of these 119 movies you're even going to watch? And so what we did was we crowdsourced it to the Legion M community, and they voted. And so when we got to Sundance, we narrowed it down from 119 films to like the top 20. Then we had dozens of Legion M people that were going to films at Sundance, filing scouting reports, and they were able to tell us which films were really good, you know, which ones are maybe this was a great idea but it didn't really pan out. And the end result is we aggregated all that data and bought the North American distribution rights for this documentary, and it came out last week. It's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. The film reviewer at RogerEbert.com said it was the best documentary about a film he had ever seen. It's really been tearing it up. It's a fantastic film, and if you're a fan of Alien, even a casual fan of Alien, or a fan of cinema, it's a wonderful deconstruction of the film, the mythological underpinnings, the story of H.R. Geiger, the artist, and Dan O'Bannon, the screenwriter, and Ridley Scott, the director, coming together to make this film that we're still talking about 40 years after it originally released.
Well, that was amazing. I had no idea it was doing so well. That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Like I said, it's on demand. You can get it anywhere videos are available. Amazon, iTunes, DirecTV, anywhere videos are available to rent.
And so with the success that's been going around both financially and critically, do you see Legion M going anywhere to TV or streaming online?
It's a great question. We would love to do something with streaming as well as television. We have a number of projects that are in development. If you look at our slate, like I mentioned, we worked with an Anne Hathaway movie called Colossal, Mandy, which is a Nicolas Cage movie. All of those projects are effectively other people's projects that Legion M has either invested in or partnered with, or in the case of Memory, bought the distribution rights for. The other whole half of our slate are projects that we're developing from the ground up. And a lot of those are television projects, but those also take a lot longer. It's just a much longer process. It's a different business model. They're much more speculative, meaning that if we've got an idea idea for a film or TV show that's in development, the odds of it making it to the big screen or to TV is like they're slimmer, right? But if you can make the jump, there's a lot of upside for it. So anyway, to answer your question, absolutely. We've done stuff in comic books now. We've done stuff in virtual reality. We've done stuff in film. We haven't got anything that's out yet in television, but we're working very hard on it.
Well, I'm actually really interested to see that now because I'm more of a television person than I am a movie person in a lot of ways, especially online. So I'm definitely interested in that. And so with the success that's been going on and the change in the industry, where do you see the industry changing in 10 years from now, if you can?
That's a big question. I mean, if you think about it, think about where the industry has come in the last 10 years. And I mean, 10 years ago, Netflix was a DVD delivery service, and now they're literally one of the biggest industry or the biggest players in Hollywood. Amazon 10 years ago sold books. Now they're one of the Apple 10 years ago sold iPhones and computers, and now they're launching a streaming service. It's incredible. I think that we're going to continue to see things evolve. And if anything, accelerate. Like the technology is changing, the business models are changing, and it's constantly going to be evolving. So I'm as excited, I think, as anybody to see where it goes. But I think the wonderful thing about Legion M and the whole concept is, at the end of the day, right, there's always going to be a creator on one end that's creating content and an audience on the other end that's consuming them. And that's what Legion M is. We are uniting fans, the audience, to back creators and to own a stake in Hollywood and to give fans, the audience, a say in what's happening. And I think because those two positions are fixed, and it doesn't matter if we're 10 years from now, we're watching everything in virtual reality and television doesn't even exist anymore, there's still going to be fans and there's still going to be creators. And I think there's always going to be a place for Legion M.
So with that in mind, regarding you want to give the fans what they want, you want to, accomplish what they want from a studio, are there any difficulties that come from that, considering that they're being financed by fans?
It's a great question, and I think a lot of people up front were wondering, like, how is this going to work? 3 years ago, when we launched this company, it was just an idea. And it was just like, hey, we've got this amazing idea about a company owned by fans. And we have, over the past 3 years, I think, successfully proven that it can work, and a number of different ways that it can work. And so, like I said earlier, when you were asking about how Hollywood has received it, I think at the end of the day, Hollywood and the creators in Hollywood, they understand the power that the fans have. Entertainment is a multi-trillion-dollar global industry, but at the end of the day, it's our eyeballs and our wallets that make the whole thing spin around. And so, individually, you and I are just consumers. Like, there's nothing that we can do, but when we unite, we've got this amazing power. And I think the fact that we've worked with Stan Lee, or before he passed away, the fact that we've worked on a Nicolas Cage project and an Anne Hathaway, Kevin Smith, I think just kind of shows the power that we have. Because I can guarantee you, if 3 years ago we'd started this company, it was just Paul and I, there's no way any of those people would have worked with us. Because, the reason they're working with us is because we represent a legion of fans.
And so, honestly, with that, as anyone could expect, in just 3 years, you got some big name actors who joined. You have Anne Hathaway, you have David Tennant. And so, did you honestly think it would ever come to that? And how did that even happen, honestly?
So 3 years ago, we would have said, this is our plan, this is our idea. And if you had told me back then that 3 years later we would have worked with all these people and done these things, I would have been like, okay, yeah, that's a little too ambitious. Like, I think that's too much. And so we're thrilled with how far we've come. I think we've come farther faster than we ever could have reasonably hoped to. And everything is a stepping stone. When you create a startup company, you're starting literally with nothing. You're starting with an idea. And we were very fortunate because we were able to work on the Anne Hathaway project called Colossal with Neon as one of our very first projects. And getting on that project allowed us to work on Bad Samaritan, which is a David Tennant. He's the star. And, by the way, Bad Samaritan, the director, producer, distributor, and financer was Dean Devlin, the guy that created Stargate and Independence Day and Leverage and The Librarians. And so, Colossal helps us get on a project with Dean Devlin. And now Dean Devlin joined our advisory board. And he went so far as to say that he thinks Legion M is the future of the industry. And that helps us get into this next movie. And that movie helps us get into the next one. So I think it's really stepping stones, and we couldn't be more excited about what we are and what comes next.
Well, Mr. Annison, thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me on your show.
And thanks for everyone for watching. If you haven't seen the Jay and Silent Bob trailer, you can check it out right now online. This is Trey Soto of Temple of Geek.
Thanks, Trey. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and please hit that like and subscribe button to help support our channel. If you like social media, we are posting stuff constantly on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Find us by using the handle Temple of Geek. Also, please visit our website, templeofgeek.com, where you'll find all sorts of content that digs deep into the world of geek. Thanks for watching.